Now let's take a slide down the emotional scale to London and ask if a national mood can be read in the faces of its inhabitants. It's a question raised by SELFIECITY London, a new exhibition commissioned by the Somerset House Museum. On display are 640 selfies chosen from public Instagram images taken nearby. As Andy Leroy reports, the disposition of Londoners could not be more different from the smiles of Sao Paulo and Bangkok.
Is it the high rents, the dismal commute, or just the weather? The mood of Londoners certainly seems to be under a cloud. As SELFIECITY researcher Moritz Stefaner observes, it's a far cry from the sunny disposition of Sao Paulo in Brazil.
If we look to Sao Paulo, for instance, we can select it here on the map. We can see people actually have quite cheerful faces, and they tend to tilt their heads quite strongly when taking selfies. And in the software that we built, we can find all these patterns if we want. If we jump to London again, as I said, faces are much more composed, much more serious, and sometimes really straight up angry. And we don't know why that is. It might be a weather thing, it might be some other cultural difference. So there's actually quite strong differences between these two cities. If we go to Sao Paulo, we can select it here. We can see people take very expressive photos and have actually quite cheerful faces. And what's special is they tend to tilt their heads quite a bit, either to the right or the left. If we jump to London now, just to contrast that, we can see much more composed postures and faces, and some people are really downright angry, you could say.
Selfie compiles and analyzes selfies from around the world. People in London smiled the least and closed their eyes the most, whereas among the 5 other cities covered so far, the highest percentages of strong smiles were found in Bangkok and Sao Paulo. Meanwhile, the ratios in Moscow and New York were significantly lower.
We use automatic image analysis to detect a few things about the selfie. So how angry are people, how calm are they, how much do they smile. And it turned out that the London scores for the smiles are actually the lowest. This doesn't really mean they're unhappy people, it just means they're very composed when taking a photo.
On a touchscreen, visitors to SELFIECITY can introduce filters and criteria, such as people from London over 35 or very small children, and observe patterns and trends within that chosen subgroup. The youngest selfie takers of all were to be found in Bangkok, where the average was 20.3 and males 22.7. Moscow had by far the highest proportion of female selfie takers. 82% of them were women. But don't be put off. Though London may not be the most cheerful city in the world, the national mood does at least provide plenty of material for the nation's rich vein of comedy. Abdiel Leroy, CCTV.